Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Tagum City has imposed a stricter general community quarantine due to the rising COVID-19 cases in the city. We have Gemma Vansenia reporting to us live from Tagum City. Gem, good afternoon. Can you tell us the latest?
Riza, border controls here in Tagum City are more stringent now as the local government unit imposed a stricter GCQ status until June 30. Authorities are inspecting the vehicle to ensure that only essential travelers will enter the city. Tagum City Mayor Alan Relion said they have to manage mobility within Tagum as they are also experiencing a surge in COVID-19 cases. As of Saturday, 41 new cases were recorded in the city, bringing the total active infections to over 630. Only a few food establishments are seen open today as dine-ins remain prohibited and only takeout and delivery orders are allowed. Beaches and resorts are temporarily closed. All physical gatherings such as training, seminars, and other government ceremonies are also suspended. Relion also instructed all law enforcers as well as barangay officials to strictly implement all the imposed guidelines. Riza, Mayor Relion warns the violators that they will issue citation ticket if they will not follow the health protocols. The LGU is also asking the cooperation of the public, especially now that the COVID beds in Davao Regional Medical Center, which is the main COVID-19 facility of Tagum City, is now on danger zone. Riza.
Thank you for that update. That's Gemma Vansenia reporting live from Tagum City. Now, a group representing families of political prisoners in the Philippines urge the immediate release of a 75-year-old political prisoner who is critically ill at the New Bilibid prison in Muntinlupa. In a statement, Kapatid says Jesus Alegre deserved to be well taken care of by medical expert and his families after, quote, 16 years of wrongful conviction. Citing medical reports from the NBP's medical officer, the group says Alegre has chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and diabetes mellitus. The group's call come after the deaths of two political prisoners, Joseph Canlas and Maximo Redota, within 3 days in just the month of May. Alegre was a poor farmer from Barangay Tabaao in Sagay Town, was arrested in 2005, which according to the group was due to a, quote, trumped-up murder charge to drive him away from a small plot of land he tilled. The group is also urging the Supreme Court to institutionalize a writ of kalayaan to decongest jails amid the coronavirus pandemic. Several standard-bearer nominees of the Isambayan coalition have already begged off for various reasons. Still, the opposition group remains determined to build a strong slate for next year's polls. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro gives us a front seat to the story.
Opposition coalition One Sambayan finally named its 6 nominees for president and vice president for its 2022 opposition slate. But from the very start, it was clear that the coalition did not secure firm commitments from all nominees. In a live online launch on Saturday afternoon, Independence Day, One Sambayan conveners released the names of VP Leni Robredo, Senator Grace Poe, Congressman Brother Eddie Villanueva, former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV, Attorney Chel Jokno, and Congresswoman Vilma Santos Recto as potential presidential and vice presidential candidates.
Ako si Leni Robredo at naniniwala ako, ang tugon sa mga suliranin natin hindi iisa kundi bawat isa.
Ang 2022 elections ay ang pinaka-importanting yugto sa kasaysayan ng ating demokrasya. Kaya napakahalaga na manalo ang mga pro-democracy forces.
But before the day was over, 2 of the nominees had already declined. Senator Grace Poe said she was not interested in running for a higher office. Congresswoman Vilma Santos Recto also declined, saying she has no plans for 2022. While in an email sent to the media, Attorney Chel Jokno says he's honored by the nomination, but he did not say if he was accepting the nomination. Even Robredo's commitment is not really certain. Robredo is undecided whether to run for President of the Philippines or Camarines Sur Governor. Her camp says she may make her decision on September or just 1 month before the deadline of filing of certificates of candidacy. Calleja says they will just respect whatever her decision will be.
And put it this way, her decision is a personal decision.
Of the 6, only Trillanes has publicly voiced his intent to run for the presidency. The coalition of 40 political and civil society organizations wants to present a unified opposition lineup against the administration team in 2022. Isambayan chose their nominees based on these criteria: a clean track record with no history of corruption, a critical position on the West Philippine Sea, extrajudicial killings, separation of powers, and a respect for human rights. In addition, nominees must be willing and able to mount and win a nationwide campaign.
And we see that they are not only capable, but physically and mentally capable also of running a national campaign. So very important yun.
Calleja acknowledges that the selection of nominees has not been simple. As Senator Poe has shown, getting a full commitment from nominees has been problematic.
They are open to the process, but none of them have said they are 100% running. Everybody is keeping their options open.
Yes, sir.
That's why I think we have to respect that.
We also ask the question, if there are 3 or 4 candidates and other candidates are not actually going to run, and you chose the other candidates that are not running, who is your second choice?
In fact, Juan Sambayan was forced to drop 2 names that they earlier floated as possible nominees. Senator Nancy Binay also backed out, and Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, who has not made clear positions on several national issues. Still, Carpio says other candidates have agreed that they will support whoever the coalition will choose to present a unified front for the opposition. Isambayan is also set to present its nominees for the 2022 senatorial elections. Attorney Calleja says they will present their final candidates for the president and vice president by September. I'm Jacob Lazaro, and we are One News.
The Health Department is urging residents of NCR Plus to keep their guards up even as restrictions are gradually eased. This as Visayas and Mindanao continue to report an increase in COVID-19 infections. Faith Del Mundo with details.
The Health Department reports a steady increase in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations in some provinces. With this, the DOH reminds residents in the NCR Plus to keep their guards up despite the loosening of some restrictions in the bubble. They also believe that placing NCR Plus under the extended GCQ with restrictions was successful in lowering COVID-19 cases.
Sa tingin po namin talagang naging epektibo because nakita po natin talaga yung patuloy na pagbaba ng kaso dito po sa NCR Plus bubble.
In the Laging Handa public briefing, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Berheres said the daily average in the bubble right now is at 1,000 cases. That's a huge decrease from the 5,000 daily average of COVID-19 cases reported from March and April. With that, NCR might be considered as a safe zone soon. But Berheres reminded the public to remain cautious of their movement.
NCR, malapit na ho tayo doon sa tinatawag nating safe zone, but if the other regions are having this kind of increase in the number of cases, we have to treat this matter with caution kasi very fragile ang sitwasyon natin at maaring bumalik tayo ulit sa dati.
Berheres said some regions, particularly Visayas and Mindanao, are experiencing an increase in new cases and hospitalization. The country's vaccine rollout, Berheres reported that 98% of our supply of COVID-19 vaccines were already distributed and the remaining 2% are only considered buffer stock. Some LGUs temporarily halted their vaccine rollout. But with the new batch of vaccine doses in the country, Berheres assured the public that vaccination can be resumed soon.
The overall challenge should always be the supplies, no? So, bagamat kahit gaano natin gustong palawakin at pabilisin ang ating pagbabakuna, kung ang supplies po ay hindi pa stable, talagang may challenge po tayo lahat.
Around 60% of the new batches of the COVID-19 jobs will be allocated to regions with high number of cases. But she reminds them that the vaccines are not the only solution in controlling the spread of COVID-19. Berhere emphasizes the need to follow health safety protocols like wearing of face masks and face shields. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
The PNP says border control checkpoints will remain in the NCR Plus bubble even after quarantine restrictions are eased. Police Chief Guillermo Elizar said that they will abide by the government's guidelines should there be changes in border controls. But Elizar said that the PNP will maintain heightened measures on border control points as they are preventing the virus to spread in areas that are already considered as low risk. Elizar also instructed police officers manning checkpoints to ensure the unhampered passage of vehicles carrying essential goods or those on important travel. K-pop group and worldwide phenomenon BTS celebrates 8 years of music. The K-pop group marked their 8th anniversary by staging a 2-day concert for ARMYs worldwide. The Grammy-nominated group asked fans to party online in light of the pandemic. And while the concert is or will not employ high-tech elements such as virtual and augmented reality, BTS will interact with fans in real time so that the fans feel like they're actually at the show. Additionally, Smart, the exclusive partner of BTS in the Philippines, released new exclusive photos on the site smartbts.com.ph. ARMYs all around the world will surely love this new offering from the group and will gladly spend 8 years to infinity with BTS. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 2:15 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.